This is, oh, we're already in zombies. Is that,
Yeah.
we're already, oh, that's why it looked different. I was like, why does my loadout look different?
Yeah, I was curious to see what match would you like to do? Like, would
I am
you?
not familiar with this at all. I played this one time, I think, with you for a little bit, and then I had to dip.
I think I stopped focusing on zombies when they started doing the bubblegum power up stuff. So what was that? Black Ops 4?
Yeah, that's where I don't remember when it is the last time I really invested into the zombies. It has to be around what you're talking about around that same time. But in my opinion, what I enjoyed with zombies in the beginning was that there was a fake story behind it, and it wasn't really connected, but it was connected. I guess it was the simplicity of it. It was fun. It was a survival. There was kind of a story that they made out of the first one, and at the time, everything was very simple. So the maps were small, everything, it was just very simple. And I think, I don't know, maybe my mind just doesn't work with complications. But yeah, that's kind of when I jumped the bus.
Yeah,
I got fisticuffs for my secondary. Let's go.
for,
What's up?
I think
Let's
what
go.
what
What's
was
up?
it?
Let's
The
go. What's up?
Veils of Evil, I think it was. That I was like, I think because of the wall run and all that stuff, I think that was where I'm like, all right, I guess I just didn't focus much on it because that's when they were trying to dip
Yeah.
away from like the World War II stuff and the conspiracies and all that. And so I think Black Ops 2 definitely um, jumped away from the like the 115 and was the lore was like insane because it's like, oh, there's a dude hanging, he's missing a hand. Uh, we had to turn on the power. His hand is on the power. Did he turn off the power? But no, he's still hanging. What? That doesn't make sense. So that means it's
That don't
someone
make
else.
no sense. I don't know if it's as simple as it used to be, or maybe it's more. It has to be. I mean, that's when games get better and there's more things you could do to them. It gets a little bit more complicated, but I don't know if there's how complicated this gets. Oh, you could buy ammo? What? That's cheating. Arsenal upgrade weapons and equip ammo mods? What? That's cheating.
Yeah,
Man,
they
back in
changed it up
my
a lot.
day, it used to be, and then now we got a health bar? What? Back in my day.
Yeah, it was
But,
2 hits in my day,
uh,
and that's
so
it.
how much of this have you played? Of the zombies, the Black Ops 6 zombies?
So I was able to beat two to completion, not by myself.
To
Of course,
completion?
yeah, that's
What does
what's.
this mean?
It kind of feels like Left 4 Dead style, or
Yeah.
back or Back for Blood or something like that. So yeah, you have armor, your health refills. So dare I say they made it a little easier. I think the incentive is so then that way everybody can enjoy the story, not just the people that are like super skilled. Because you
Yeah, not.
remember how hard it was to just unlock Pack a Punch. That was
Oh yeah, but that was the fun behind it, bro. It was
yeah,
the pack-a-punch who allowed
sheer
you to.
reward,
Yeah, it was
overpowered
a
weapons.
fun
Yeah.
reward. And then the Easter eggs were just as complicated as the game. I remember the most complicated game was, or the most complicated map.
The
I
most
remember it was the one with the dragon. That match was the most complicated one
dragon.
from my memory. The one where you can
Oh
beat the dragon and there was
yeah,
what was it? Richtofen was the big bad.
I think it was Nikolai, right? Wasn't it?
Nick, I don't know. It was one of them, one of the four, the main four, the first four. But oh man, I would like to play that game, that back. But who knows if playing that after playing this would feel a little outdated. But I would like to test my skills and see if I can actually beat it this time around. It was always fun.
Yeah, I got.
But speaking of zombies, man, we got some news out. We got the Black Ops 7 zombies. We got a little gameplay reveal trailer. Did you by any chance see it or did you see
That
the gameplay trailer?
that I gotta say I have not, but
I do
I
not do my job, boss.
I did not do it. So what got happened was I
Yeah.
did see that the characters that they have is the same as Black Ops 3, I think.
It's these people is what I see. I saw this girl. I saw. Oh, I didn't see Terminator, which is your guy's character.
Yeah.
But I did see another character. I don't know if who these characters are. If they're the original ones for this Black Ops 6. So I
Uh,
did see the trailer,
okay. What's your
and
impression?
it looks huge, bro. It looks like a mix between. It looks huge. So there's a vehicle now. I don't know if there. So there's multiple maps of this Black Ops 6, right?
Yep.
And this is Liberty Town. How many other ones do we get? Do you know?
Uh, I think it's like 6 maps in total.
How many maps?
6 maps, I think.
6 maps?
I think.
Damn.
Pretty sure. I mean,
Damn. That's
it's
a lot.
not. It's definitely not one or two or
Nice.
three
Yeah.
or four.
Wow, they
Maybe
really
more than
put a
five,
lot of maps out there.
but
Just
I think six would be a good
yeah.
number. Let me see.
Anyways, what am I saying? What am I saying? This is what I'm saying. What I'm
The
saying is
the
the
zombie
map
maps are
looks
huge.
good. The map
That's
looks
good.
huge. You get a
Okay.
vehicle this time around, so I don't know if in the other maps that you get to play in Black Ops 6, if there's vehicles involved, but I did see you get to drive a vehicle, but I feel it gives me the transit type of vibe where you get into the bus and it takes you from one place to another, and if you stay still in one spot, you have that one, like, demon type of, I don't know what it is, that attacks you, or like that floating thing that jumps on you. Remember from Transit, the bus one?
Yeah, with the robot guy. It's like get
Yeah.
on.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
reminds me of Total Recall.
So that's the only way I would assume it would work with the vehicle. You gotta make it to where if you stay put with the vehicle, or maybe the vehicle runs out of fuel, but if and you have to go from one spot to the next. That's the only way I would think it would make sense. If you make it longer, or if you I just think it would be a little too complicated for a zombies game, but who am I to say? Yeah, I think it's very enticing though. Just going back to the Black Ops 7 with I don't remember when this one came out. It has to have been a couple years for Black Ops 7, but just to me, it just feels like Black Ops 7 was already too soon for me. But then again, I'm not a big gamer, so we got a couple movie talks to talk about. It's a big time
Yeah,
show and our show. That's what we do. But it's what we do here in Das Bros. We talk about all things movies, shows, games, pretty much everything that's entertaining. And today's topic, we do have a trailer out for Frankenstein.
yeah.
Very
Frankenstein.
excited for it. You did see the trailer for that one, right? Or no?
Yeah, yeah. That one. That I do.
Yeah, this Frankenstein looks really good. I like it. I like the director. I was very excited with the director. You had a point where it's a stylish director. It has its own style. What are your feelings on this Frankenstein?
Um, I'm very excited for it. Anything that's Guillermo before, because yeah, he does have like a specific style that he
Sounds a
does.
manager.
Yeah, he's like it's like Tim Burton. Pretty much his style is very unique. And one of my favorite Tim Burtons that have like a very weird, unique style is the Edward Scissorhands. I just like how weird and like how surreal it can be. And also
Yeah,
Batman. Batman has such a vibe that
yeah.
it,
Batman was fun.
yeah, that the animated series kind of try to mimic the style of it and try to keep like that feel. And so I'm really excited to see what he has to do with like, the monsters. I really think like if he took charge of all the monsters and such, I think he'll do a really good spin because he did the pretty much like the Black Lagoon monster already with the Shape of Water. and
Yeah.
it was
I haven't seen that. I'm excited for Guillermo del Toro. He's also the guy that made the Hellboy
yeah, he made
movie.
Hellboy, yeah, 1 and 2.
And me personally, these are the type of things that excite me and bring me to want to go watch a movie. It's these directors with their specific styles, your Tim Burns, your Guillermo del Toro, your Guy Ritchie's, that they just bring such a style
Yeah,
that's so
such a
different
flair.
to the movie. So I'm excited. Yeah, and it looks good. I saw the trailer. It looks like Frankenstein's gonna be it's gonna have super strength. And well, it's Frankenstein's monster. Yes. So on that, well, it's Frankenstein Junior. We'll just call him Junior. So
Yeah,
Junior looks strong. He looks legit. He looks. We didn't get a really good look at him, but maybe that's the idea. Let's not really give a face reveal to him. I didn't look up the actor that's playing him, so that might give it away. But he obviously looks like a monster. You do get like a little picture of this guy with with just one eyeball in it, but it looks good. It did show a little bit of the Frankenstein guy, the creator, the monster creator, yelling. I don't know if he had veins in his face. Maybe it was his hair because he has long hair. It looks. I don't know if this guy also might have some strength to him, but it seemed like he was definitely involved in some type of fight with the Frankenstein. I'm really excited for it. I'm excited for Guillermo del Toro to. I hope they're giving him all creative power to do whatever the hell he wants. So I I'm excited for it.
yeah.
I was curious to know if this was going to create their own monsterverse, but they're not. They are, but they're not. So from my research and my understanding is that Guillermo del Toro is he is essentially going to create a new universe, but they're not going to be interconnected in the way that they tried to do with the first MonsterVerse, with the Mummy and the first couple movies that they made with Universal. And they're also not going to do it like Marvel, where one movie is is going to be for whatever monster they decide to make a movie next with. They're not going to try to make them all kind of what's the word interconnect with each other. So, which in my opinion, I think that's the way to go. You make them individual movies. It would be awesome because people I like to see when you're like, hey, that's the guy from that one show from that one movie, and that they connect with each other.
I think the idea of keeping things separate can. It's because it's so. I feel like sometimes it is kind of lazy to nowadays to make it not interconnected. I mean, to make it interconnected because you're banking on the movie that came before and all sorts of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
And right now, I feel like everybody's kind of tired of people trying to make something interconnected and it just not work out. So I like that they're just focusing on it individually. Um, and I think the sad part about Marvel is that it's just more the same. It's like, hey, if I see this movie and this movie, it's like
yeah.
it's the same beats, same.
I agree. I think one of the issues that we see now with Marvel too is because they're superheroes, and I guess it benefits Guillermo del Toro with the Frankenstein the Monsterverse because the issue you have with superheroes interconnecting is when you have another OP superhero involved. It's like where were you? You know where were you when I was getting my ass kicked and when the world was going to hell? It's like where were you at?
Yeah,
So
that's true. Especially if
with
it's like
these
end of the world kind of a thing, and it's like, what? Wouldn't Iron Man be there? Kind of like Spider-Man, right? Homecoming.
yeah.
You saw Iron Man. He's like, hey,
Yeah,
how you
or like
doing?
the Eternals, you see I'm just pushing this ball. The Eternals, you're like, where were you guys at? Hey guys, where were you guys when we needed you guys?
And up there.
So I think that's an issue that crafting, building equipment and support. Oh. So that's one of the issues that I think Marvel not an issue, but one of the things that kind of hurt Marvel is you got that issue with the superheroes. It's the where were you syndrome, if you wish to call it that. But yeah, did you see the trailer for Black Phone 2?
Yeah, I love
I saw
that.
that you sent that to me. Yeah, I saw it once you sent it to me. That looks good, man. I was not a fan of the first one.
What?
Yeah, spoiler alert to people. I what will this spoil? Nothing. I fell asleep during the first movie.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
one of the first movies I fall. I am not one to fall asleep to movies too. But for some reason, just I was not digging the vibe. But me
Really?
personally, yeah, man, I don't like dirty movies, man. That movie felt dirty to me. It felt like the place was dirty. From what I can remember, I would have to watch it again. I will watch it again because I also want to watch it again. It seems like a fun. There's a lot of people who like it, so there's something either wrong with me or I just have bad taste. But I do want to watch the movie again to see if it's like what was my where was I wrong with it, but I do know that they killed the guy. At least if I don't recall incorrectly, they did kill the guy, right?
It's in the trailer, so yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, they killed the guy.
So
Yeah,
the
and then they
dude
did
is
mention it in the
dead.
trailer.
And that's
So
that's one thing that I was kind of concerned about. I'm like, okay, they killed the
how are they gonna bring
guy.
this guy back?
Is it gonna be a prequel? And I feel like a
Yeah,
lot of people
same
do
mask,
that. Yeah.
another guy. Yep.
Where it's like, okay, it's a prequel because this character is so awesome that we need to do this again, kind of a thing. But what's kind of awesome is the approach that they're going with it. I love it. Like they're
Yeah,
for
dude.
me, my favorite villain, like bad guy, monster dude is Freddy Krueger, and they're
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what I was thinking, bro. It's Freddy Krueger mixed with the Sinister is what it is.
yeah, because it is the same actor. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited for Black Phone 2 now. Which makes me want to revisit the first Black Phone. Now, my question is for the people who are big fans of it. I think you are excited for it because it feels like correct me if I'm wrong. It feels like Nightmare on Elm Street. You're a fan of Freddy Krueger. This is Freddy Krueger style. I that it excites you a little bit. But do you think this might be like a little cop out for the people who are real actual fans for the Black Phone of the Black Phone one, and that this one is like, yo, it's kind of like a little cop out that you guys are trying to bring back and make it make sense, and then you're gonna do something that's completely out of the lore of it.
Well, from my like how I feel about it, right? If I remember correctly, I think this is like a short story from Stephen King's. I think it was one of his relatives. I think it was his son or something like that. And so someone took that short story and made it into Black Phone. But the thing is that the
Hey,
character of uh, I think Ethan Hawking did such an insane job that like
got fans, man.
yeah, he made the mask and the character just
They made the
so
Joker out of it.
charismatic. Yeah, well, he's
Yep.
super charismatic, and that's the beauty about it. I like charisma, and so
This is they Joker fight it where the first Joker was good, but it was just like I would assume a standalone type of thing. And then they decided, you know what, this movie's good, people like it, made money, let's make more money. And then so now they're gonna Joker 2ify it, but they're gonna Joker 2ify it the right way. Instead of making it a musical and lose money, make it fun, exciting. I like it. I like it a lot. I
yeah, I
like it
just
a
find
lot.
it really interesting because it's like I feel like it's still in continuity because in the movie first one, spoiler alert, there you go, enough to make a pause. Um, Yeah, like it makes sense why the ghosts, in the first movie, how present they were and why it was
You
like a
said Ghost?
supernatural thing. Yeah, you gotta
The
see
first
it.
one was super. Yeah, I gotta see it because I really don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I remember the first one. I thought the first one was very realistic, but I thought that's what the idea was behind it, but again, I don't remember it. I need to watch it.
That is
But yes, man, excited for this Black Phone 2. In other news, other trailers, we did get another this one is TV show. It's TV show.
yeah.
So that one seems interesting. I'm excited when you get a successful movie that draws in attention and you expand it in a TV show.
Mhm.
Especially when you use the original main guy in it. I'm not a big fan of spin-offs, and the spin-off and then the spin-off would be used to have side characters of the main story. But when you have a movie that was very successful and you make a TV show out of it, but you still use the main uh, one of the main characters, I think that's just a recipe for success. And in this case, they're using the same Pennywise clown actor, the Skarsgård dude. So yeah, this is the way to go. I like it. I'm excited for it. Looks like kid detectives, adult detectives, but spoiler alert for everybody, everybody dies. Everybody dies. There's no way a kid survives. Because, and the reason why I say that, and I'm confident saying that, is because this is a prequel. You get the main characters, and they can potentially die. So you keep your feet the edge of your seat, 'cause you don't know who's next.
Yeah, that's true. I do like that the town really feeds off of like hatred and anger and frustration and such. And so it'd be interesting to
Oh
see
yeah,
how their spin on that looks like. I do
yeah.
think that it's going to be kind of wild for them to explore that because I feel like there's so much of the town that they're not like that has like why they're so like why no one talks about it, why they look
Oh,
away. Um, like
interesting.
that kid who was gonna get carved by a knife in the first movie or whatever. We've
Yeah,
seen the
that's
adults looked
that's a
at
good
it
point.
and then they looked away. They're like,
Yeah, yeah. You never really. So you're saying you assume that this TV show is going to actually go into the little bit of the lore of actually why this town is like more into the town, have the town be its own character. That's
yeah,
smart, man. That's the way to go about it.
yeah,
Good
like the
idea,
history of the
man.
town.
Idea.
Yeah,
This is the idea guy. I'm telling you.
yeah. And then Shawshank was teased, which is I like how interconnected his work is. And I know it's kind of silly me saying, oh yeah, Marvel interconnections, don't do it. But so do you
What's
think
up?
this would hurt or help the
The
show?
franchise?
Yeah.
I well, I think the only reason it would hurt the It franchise. So it's interesting. I think we could. I don't know. It all depends on how well they place it. I think it definitely extends the universe because when it comes to things like it, you can't. It has its ending, and you can't keep finessing the story and extending it out. Kind of like Harry Potter, like the Hunger Games, where they have their books and it's about a book and the book has its ending. So maybe you can extend it to where the kids are adults. I mean, that's what the first two movies were about. So it making a TV show and expanding a little bit more of the lore to it is a good way to finesse more of the story to it, and it just might be the recipe onto how to keep a story alive. Especially now, I feel like story or TV shows are more popular than ever now than how they used to be. Where I feel like we're slowly starting to see TV shows being more explored into that actual movie world. For example, the Marvel, it's you have your Marvel movies and then they experimented with Daredevil TV shows, not part of the DC or the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but let's just see how it goes. And then people became a huge fan, and then well that's a whole other drama thing. But DC's doing it, Alien has done it where they have their Alien movies, and now they said, well, let's make a TV show, and TV show just wrapped up. It was okay. I enjoyed it. Just we won't get into it that much, but I think just off the top, I have to give it a rough rating to it, just because I mentioned it. 7 out of 10. And but we could talk about it some other time. But I think this would help with creative companies or movie companies get an idea of if it's good. Hey, these are ways that we could continue to expand this IP without having to either make a sequel nobody asked for, or make a try to finesse a third movie out of it, and then the third movie is crap, and then and that ends up killing the story. So I think this would definitely help. I foresee this also in the case where, like I said, it could definitely be a recipe. For example, you make your Nightmare on Elm Street, you make your movie, and you make people love this guy, right? Because he's such a bad guy. He's such a good bad guy. And you make him maybe kill all the people in the movie or have one survivor, whatever. And then you make a prequel as to how the Freddy group came about. I think with the movies, they dive in a lot with, you have to give an origin story to this character, and then you have to explain the character, and then you have to either kill the character or have a survivor survive. And then why does that survivor survive? So there's a lot of cards, and I think the best way they've been able to introduce some characters is by just dropping them into a film. For example, your Spider-Man in Civil War. Just drop him into the film. You don't have to explain anything about him. Just drop him in, no origin. And then the same thing with the the Justice Gang with DC with the Superman movie. Just drop him in the film. So I think this could definitely be a recipe. So I think it would work. They have to do good. Also, it's budget friendly. You can you don't have to spend too much on a TV show because you can have a lot of unknown or actors that aren't really that expensive. So that helps a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah,
What do you think?
no, I'm with you there too. I like that with shows you can take your time and such. That's why I'm kind of
Yeah.
worried about the Mandalorian movie, because I mean it works so well as a show, but I can see how the
Yeah.
show is slowly dipping, and
Yeah.
so a
Yep.
movie would be best.
Yeah. Those are the cases where you do see where a show hurts. And I think just to talk a little bit about The Mandalorian, I think it could be, and I don't know too much about the story behind it, but I think the Pedro Pascal was becoming a really big movie star, and he was becoming extremely expensive, and they were trying to move past or stop, just get rid of Pedro Pascal because of how expensive he was becoming, and also push in another main Mandalorian type of character. So I think that's where it failed. The reason I think it hurts them is because you have the lore behind how, for example, A got to B, and then you're trying to make B and a half about it. Kind of looks like The Lion King, where you had the one, and then the second movie, and then there was a 1.5, something like that. So you're kind of restricted, I would assume, to how it. I think that's just what happens when you're forced to make everything interconnect with everybody. So and you have to keep the storyline alive, and you can't change the lore. You can't change anything. It has to make sense with everything. So I think I think that's kind of what hurt them a little bit. Also, just the writers, whoever's writing them, you know. My theory to it is actors are being paid a lot. I'm not gonna say they're overpaid, but I think they're getting paid a lot, and the amount of money that they have to spend on the budget of these actors, it forces them to try to cut corners everywhere else so they can maximize their profit. And I would assume I don't they're and then it's or maybe it's just that there's not directors that have enough of their own style to it, their own, like your Quentin Tarantino, your, we just mentioned Guillermo del Toro, your that other guy that made the Batman, that one guy, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton, yeah.
So yeah, I think that could also be it.
Yeah, but you also get people that kind of fight the director. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. It's like, for example, the Django, because you mentioned Quentin Tarantino.
Oh, I died again.
With Django, crazy about that is that Will Smith was originally thought of for that role. But the reason why they were fighting with one another, and that's why Will Smith didn't get the role, is that Will Smith, he wanted to make his own movie. He's like, hey, this is the perfect script. This is a perfect movie for a love story. And so he wanted to focus on that aspect. There's actors that fight the directors, and sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. A bad thing is it's like, hey, Quentin wanted to make a revenge story, and then someone else comes in and is like, nah, you gotta focus on the love story. And you could, Jamie Foxx is also, trying to play it up with some swag from what he was saying. And then he was pulled aside and he was like, what were you doing? First, you're supposed to be, like battered, and then you become the badass. And only then are you there. So right now, like all the swag stuff, lose it. And
Interesting.
He talks about that with
I kind of like
animation.
the swag stuff a little bit, but okay, so Clinton was saying kind of like you become the swag guy, don't just start swag.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Because the swag was good, but it makes sense to become the swag instead of you are the swag. But it does hurt, and this actually is a good segue to another talking point that we had with the recasting with The Witcher, which is kind of what I think was happening with Henry Cavill. He's a big fan of The Witcher, with the books, with the lore, the game, and everything, and then he was fighting his opinion with the director. He was fighting like, yo, this isn't really accurate to the lore of The Witcher. And then it seemed like, I don't know if it was the director's agenda to kind of push it to be more centralized in the women of the show, or if it was maybe her like little dislike with Henry Cavill that, yo, this guy's not letting me do my thing, that maybe pushed the writing to not focus too much on The Witcher. But yeah, we got Henry Cavill out, which is kind of one of the biggest recasting, obvious biggest recasting kind of things that we've gotten in a while, if not ever. I think you do have your couple of Iron Man stuff, your Iron Man things, your Iron Man 2 that they recasted, and a couple other characters that unfortunately when they pass away they have to be recasted to continue the storyline with your Harrison Ford with the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
But man, you have any quick thoughts on that whole recasting situation?
Yeah, well, that's kind of like what I was trying to do is just talk about like the positive ways of how actors kind of, best way that they actually go against the directors. That hey, you got someone who has the knowledge and that particular game and such, read the books, and he knows the character inside and out. In fact, they did like a side by side, which is kind of awesome when you see how The Witcher says his line versus Henry Cavill. And
Yeah.
people adored it so much that
Yeah.
there's even mods that you can make Henry Cavill, The Witcher, and The Witcher 3. So I thought that's pretty badass. But
That's pretty cool.
it doesn't do goodwill to people when you have someone established and you rank it. But there are some good recasting, the Iron Man 2. I like what they did where, they showed Rhodey, and Rhodey's lines was like, "Yep, I'm here. Uh,
Get
it's
over
not a
it.
big deal. Get over it. Let's do this." And so it's kind of like telling everybody, "All right, yeah, he's recast. This is Rhodey. Let's get on with it."
Uh,
And I like how self-aware they were. But the thing is that this director isn't self-aware. And I feel like that's what's frustrating to a lot of people is the self-awareness. Because it's like, oh, yeah, it was very mutual. But it's like, no, everybody was freaking sad.
yeah.
Everybody was upset. And everybody's not really incentivized to see it. But I feel
I'm
like that
upset.
veil of ignorance, you know, not being
Yeah,
able
it's.
to
Hmm.
see how people feel about it, it's either it's going to be fantastic or it's going to be not so great.
Well,
And so
I also
far,
think it's kind of. Look, I understand when you have to recast or maybe even completely write off a character in certain cases. You get your Paul Walker, he unfortunately passed away. And so what you do is you just write him off, and then if he is part of it, you kind of show him a little bit. He was a huge part of the Fast and Furious. But the good thing for them is they have multiple main characters. And then in Iron Man 2, you do have your Rhodey, but he was also kind of like a little side piece. He was a big part, but he wasn't your Iron Man. In this case, you got the biggest part of the show, which is essentially what the show is actually called, The Witcher, and then you recast him. And I feel they didn't recast him because of scheduling issues because I'm pretty sure they had, if anything, had him under a contract. They recast a Homeboy because they ain't like Homeboy. My opinion, I think. I don't know if this is confirmed or not, but I'm pretty sure I am more right than I am wrong. They recast a Homeboy because they ain't like him. And I think it's just, and the issue with the recasting of him is he is, like I said, the biggest part of the show, the main part of the show. So I feel bad for Liam Hemsworth, the guy that they choose to recast, but because it's not his fault, they probably offered him a ton of money, and he was like, "Yo, yes, of course, I'll do my best." And he's just gonna be, "Whoa, what is this football player?"
yeah, it reminds me of the Mario World like football player at the end of
Yeah.
the
Oh,
level.
nice, good callback. But yeah, so I don't. It's not his fault, but yeah, he's definitely has big shoes to fill, and they're gonna have to make the show great because I know, at least me personally, I started losing interest in it after the first season, the second season, the third season. I was just like, the show is The Witcher is secondary to what the show is about, and me personally, I want to watch the show for The Witcher, especially when
Yeah.
you got a actor like Henry Cavill
Oh,
that
heck yeah.
I'm a huge fan of.
He has so much range. Like it's insane
Heck
because
yeah, man.
with his grunts, it wasn't just like a normal sigh. Like there was a lot of like weight to his frustration, his loneliness,
Yeah, he's silent
his silence.
expressions.
Like you could see
Yeah,
how it weighed on him to do things and such.
yeah,
And
man.
so
Yeah, he was good. He was good. He
yeah,
was good guy. That guy was good guy.
and
Yeah,
like how he
that
was
guy.
with Sherlock Holmes, like most
Yeah,
intellectually, like emotionally literate.
yeah.
Sherlock Holmes, very soft but stern as a brother. Also learning how to be Big Brother and guide Noah. Like that.
I haven't seen that. I should
Oh
watch
my
it.
gosh.
I
Just to
need to
see
watch
him do
that.
his thing is awesome. Like,
Yeah, there's
sure.
actually. Yeah, sorry.
No, no, you good.
No, I forgive me, sir.
Oh. Well, I said sure the demographic seems to be for like the
Yeah,
younger. generation because it is like
For Sherlock Holmes or for
I would say
the
so because I could
Witcher?
see a teen really enjoy it
Oh,
because
for
it's like
sure.
oh look it's a it's kind of like
Yeah.
Nancy Drew and all that stuff.
Well, that kind of just to circle back on my point with the TV show and the movie. I think that's kind of one of the examples that I have when you have a movie like Sherlock Holmes. You had the first two. Was it two that with Robert Downey Jr. or was it three? I'm pretty sure it was only two.
Yeah, it's two. I think they were thinking about a third with Johnny Depp playing a
Yeah.
role in it, but I don't know
Okay.
that.
So then, but that's my thing. It's where you didn't have TV shows were so big at the time. It's the only way we can do it is to essentially either we remake a whole nother movie with a whole nother Sherlock Holmes, or we reboot it, or we make a completely separate thing. And I feel in certain cases it may, I don't think I don't like to say or think that it confuses people because then you just assume people aren't smart enough to understand. Almost like the same situation with the Batman and James Gunn saying we can't have two Batmans, it's going to confuse people. I don't think people are that dumb. I think we'll be smart enough to understand.
Yeah, but also
Two
mind the
different Batman.
source. He thinks that Superman is not popular.
Oh
So
yeah, like come on,
it's
yeah,
like,
that
oh, it
was.
didn't do well because no
He's
one
the
knows who
most
Superman
popular,
is.
most sold. The world knows Superman. Come on,
Yeah,
but so I think yeah, with that, just to talk real quick about that, I think this just circle back on that opinion. I think that's where the TV show would have been good. You can have the same world of the Sherlock Holmes, and you can still do what is this final encounter? We have to be in here? Whoa! Where did I teleport to? Did you teleport to? Are we
yep,
all in here? What is this? What is this? This is the final encounter?
yep. This is the final bit right here.
What do we do? We just kill people?
Yep. Try to
Immediately
survive.
die? I almost
Yeah, watch
died
out, cause
immediately.
yeah, you. So try to just walk in
But
circles, walk in circles. Just
okay. Alright, I'm gonna follow your circles. I need to follow somebody's circles.
oh damn,
Alright,
oh damn,
fall,
oh
we'll
damn,
all
oh
walk the same
dodge,
circle.
dip, dab, and
Oh,
dodge.
that bastard zombie, that bastard. Oh, it came up quicker. If I throw grenades, will it hurt everybody?
No, just you.
Alright,
So be
no,
careful.
alright. But, yeah, man, so with The Witcher, I think the only way this TV show can find some form of success, because I think they're under a contract right now to finish up. I think they were supposed to have 5 seasons. Uh,
What?
yeah, that was the original, or was it 7 seasons with I don't remember. Some YouTuber broke it down very nicely with everything. But, what was that? And so, the only way it can be good is if they focus on The Witcher. I did see the little short, kind of little, small little trailer teaser, not a teaser, but I guess it's a teaser showing Liam Hemsworth as The Witcher and how he looks and just him a little bit in action. I did not like it, man. It felt to me, for those who live in Florida or listening, 'cause we have hundreds of listeners, just kidding, but we have the Hollow Scream and the Halloween Horror Nights during October, and it felt like it was a trailer to one of those haunted house uh, little. It just felt like a trailer to that. It didn't feel high quality to me. It felt cheesy. I didn't like it. Maybe I'm a hater.
No,
I'm a
not at all.
Henry Cavill fan, but that's just how I felt.
The thing is that I feel like this director's like, oh, you don't understand. This has action. People see this not because of Henry Cavill, but because of action. That's my feelings about it. That's how I felt. Like that's
Yeah,
how it was
maybe.
shown to me, and so
Yeah.
I saw how they did like the little fight scene, and They're trying to show you, oh,
Yeah.
look, the quality's not changing. But the thing is that
Yeah.
he's not going to fight 24/7 like John Wick. He's going to talk, he's going to be expressive. With all of the humanity that The Witcher expressed, even begrudgingly, like, man, fine, I'm going to have
Yeah.
to do this. Look, I don't have to step in on this banquet, but I'm going to do it because it's the right thing to do. And
Yeah.
sure, I'll take the same gift you gave the other person, which is like, I think something
Your
surprise.
daughter.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then they're like, what? You realize that what you just said, like, you can't take it back. And that's the
What
whole
was it? It
reason.
was the daughter, right? The daughter's
Yeah,
hand, something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
He
Siri.
was, what is that? Oh yeah, I'll take that deal.
Yeah, I'll take the same deal you give him. He's like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'll
I
do
don't
that.
know.
Yeah, I'll
Like,
do
take
that.
that back. And then he just walks away. Yeah. But that's the thing is that those moments were awesome. Even the moments that were supposed to be
Yeah, the
serious,
Henry Cavill moments were great.
they were funny with him in
Yes.
the
Oh,
bard.
what bastard guy blew us up?
Ooh,
What the heck? Did we just win?
yeah,
Main quest complete.
main
Let's
quest
go!
complete. Man, that was fast. I normally think that it
Oh,
takes a
yes.
little bit.
Nice. I did my job. Make you guys look better. That's my whole goal. That was my goal for this.
Yeah, that's why we bottom two. Yeah, we gotta lift them up. You know,
Nice.
yeah.
Well, so I guess that's the show, my friends. We did have a couple other things to talk about, but we'll leave that for next time. We'll give you guys a little bit of a little teaser for next week. And when we get to talk, we will be talking. I guess we'll be more focused on games for next week. We'll talk about the Wolverine. They had a trailer come out to it, couple, and then we'll also give you guys a nice little review on the Gen V. If that's how the bros gets a chance to watch it. If not, we'll talk a little bit more about TV shows and the animation and things like that. So we have a pretty good topic for next week coming up for you guys. But as far as today, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And that was the show.
Yeah, that's us signing out. See ya.